A Pecatonica high school teacher accused of sexually assaulting a student and exposing 3 children to harmful material appeared in court today.
WMTV's Cameron Kelly joins us from Blanchardville with more on the case.
I'm standing outside of the school where Hendrickson was put on leave in February, and he resigned here in March. The 51-page complaint details a student texted a teacher in February alleging English teacher Rick Hendrickson groped him. The student said he wanted to text the teacher the allegations because he was not comfortable telling her out loud. According to the complaint, the teacher said the student did not seem serious and would be on the verge of laughing when she confronted him, but the student did seem embarrassed. The complaint goes on to share how another teacher reported the student's allegations and law enforcement did several interviews. Hendrickson admitted to joking more than he should with students. In the complaint, Hendrickson tells law enforcement he could not have had that interaction with the student because he was holding a clipboard and keys in his hands. Hendrickson's initial appearance is set for the end of this month. Reporting in Blanchardville, Cameron Kelly, WMTV 15 News.
We spoke with the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction. They tell us Hendrickson's teaching license is now under investigation. His license is set to expire at the end of the month.